Hey kids, this is Jack. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Adventure Jungle Zoo. This is it. This is our final zoo. I can't believe I'm already here. And looking at it, I'm amazed at the work that I put into this. Honestly, I did think that it would go on longer, but we're beginning to have problems with lag and with frame rate, so I'm figuring, this is good enough. It's a huge zoo as it is, but we've got one more thing to do, and that is that we're going to take a tour through the zoo. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of sad to see it go. I mean, I've got another project. I'm planning another project. It's going to be another zoo, but I'll be honest, I put a lot of work in this, and I'm kind of going to miss working on it. So let's get started, shall we? This is the entrance, naturally. Let's move in through the walls, or through the floor, or the ceiling, or can I? Yeah, here we go. The guests, they pop in over here. These are the spawners and the despawners, and they move in back and forth through there. And we've got two more over here, and they go through the gates and past some jungle scenery and into what I call the docks. Now the docks are this big area here. It's got a couple of admin buildings, and the admin buildings basically have shops and bathrooms and food stores and all. And out here, of course, we have picnic tables and vending machines and garbage cans and some info. And the first two obvious habitats are first... There goes the music. Let me turn off this music for a second. North America Everglades. The zoo that this is based off of is here in Florida. And of course, we don't have American alligators in Planet Zoo, so I had to make do with saltwater crocodiles. Just pretend that these are all American alligators. So the first two habitats that people see are the crocodiles. Like I said, the zoo that this is based on, you walk out and you're immediately on a big dock over... more music. Over the crocodilians. So let's go this way. Instead of going straight across the lake, let's go to the right as you walk in. We have ATMs and shops and all, and the Gharials. And there's a staff area back there. And you get a little decoration. And then you get to your first... your first habitat, and that's the giant otters. And I really like what I did with the giant otters. I think the giant otter habitat worked out really well. They're swimming. You can see them there in the water. Here, there's 4 of them. And of course, you can see them in the glass. And I really think this habitat worked out very well. It was at the request of my cousin, Alana. And she is a freak for otters. She just loves otters. And I actually even named one of the otters after her. Alana, that is. So, over here, we also have our insect tunnel, which is amazingly crowded. It's very popular. We have various and sundry insect exhibits. This one, for example, being the Amazonian centipede. And, it's very... God, why are they so popular? I wouldn't have thought that animal exhibits were so popular, but apparently they are. Look at how many people there are. So, there's lots and lots of insects here. I also included spiders. And then when you get over here, you got the backside of the Barbaroussa habitat right here. So you can see the pigs. You know, more of the insect tunnel. More of the insect tunnel. More of the Barbaroussas, obviously. And off down this side, we have a little bit of a food court. You see? Got a food court in the cave, which is kind of cool. More insect exhibits. And then when you come out, you have this, which is it normally has a solar-powered collector there, but it got in the way and I had to move it, and I never replaced it for some reason. But we come back over here to where the otters were, and on the opposite side of the path to the otters, we have our dwarf cayman. They're the smallest species of crocodilian, and they come from South America. Very popular animals. There's a lot of them in there. And then following from that, we have the last habitat I added to the zoo, which is the Nile monitors. And they're in here, as you can see. We just passed one. There they go into the water. And we've got more of them here. So, like I said, they were the last habitat I added. Past the otters, the path winds up this way, and you've got a viewing point for the otters right there, so you know people can watch the otters sleep. And then much more grassland, and over here you have you've got a shop behind the tree. One of the koalas has been in the box. Okay, well I was about to talk about the koalas anyway. So we're over here with the drinks, I think it's milkshakes, and it joins the path over here. There's a bathroom, and you know, that's the path across the lake with the crocodiles. Now, back over here, this is a staff area naturally, you have a walk-through koala habitat. You know, a walk-through koala habitat, and they're just doing their koala thing. You got to admit that music loud. And here we have our Komodo dragon habitat. They're all both over in this end of the habitat right now. This was the next to the last habitat I added. They do have babies. See, baby right there. And they're across from the Nile monitors. Now, out here, way over here, we've got another bathroom. And then this habitat here is the home of Juan, our Formosan black bear. There's Juan right there, climbing around on the climbing frame and on the rocks. And I believe we have a drink stand across the way, so that's what's making this. This is a turtle habitat. It's for the diamondback terrapin, which is actually native to Florida here. You know, we have these in the waters of Florida. And it's got an info stand of its own right there, and you know, that's just a kind of cool little thing. But you continue along this way, and off to my left is again Juan and his black bear habitat. And this is a combined Binturong Sun Bear habitat. You move in here, and you know, it's under shade, and I think it just worked out very well. My instant alarm just went off. Let me turn that off. But the Binturongs and the Sun Bears, I really like this habitat. I like how it came out. You know, there's one of the Binturongs now. And, you know, it's just a pretty little habitat. I think it worked out just fine. We have a lot of Binturongs. Baby Binturongs, cool. And they have a little house here. And we go over a bridge. The animals can cross the bridge. The keepers can cross the bridge. And there is our sun bear. He's sleeping right now. I remember being surprised because I didn't even know you could put binturongs and sun bears in the same habitat. Okay. Yes, I'm sure it is, and I'm sure my people will get it cleaned up very shortly. So there was a drink stand right behind us. That's what the music was. Come on. There we go. And then I created this on a whim. It's basically just a misting tunnel with some advertising in it. Nothing to do with any of the animals. It's just, a place where guests can go to get cooled off. And you come around here, and this right there, that brown building in the woods, is a bathroom. And we're back to the Komodo dragon habitat. And apparently I needed to put down more garbage cans, but that's all right. So this direction, and I left a lot of this area empty because I was going to put things there until we started having lag problems and such. You go up through this little jungle path, and I am very pleased with how this looks from the eye level. Excuse me. And we're back to the koalas. Now, you turn right at the koalas, and there's a statue here of the lions. And then there's the hippopotamus habitat. Big boys, those hippos. He's getting himself a snack. And then we can move along down this direction from the hippopotami, excuse me. And there is a area down here where you can go down, and it's got a snack bar on the one side, but the more important thing, let me pull through these buildings so you can see it, is you can watch the hippopotami walking around on the bottom of the lake. Where was I? Oh yeah, the hippopotami. So, past the hippopotami, in their own habitat here, is of course the Indian elephants. And we do have several Indian elephants, and including a baby Indian elephant. A couple of babies, it looks like. And this path, which goes from the hippopotami, just curls around here. All along the elephants. And of course, the elephants are popular animals. Almost every zoo that's worth its name as a zoo has elephants. And again, I didn't put down enough trash cans. As you can see, there's lots of litter. And you come around here, and here's the giraffes. And I did the giraffes for my mom. My mother is a giraffe freak. She has giraffes everywhere. Little wooden giraffes in the artwork on the walls. She has t-shirts with giraffes on them. She just loves giraffes. So I dedicated this to my mother because I do love her, and she supports me in this new endeavor as a video game player on YouTube. The building over here, this building here, has poisonous snakes in them. None of the non-venomous snakes, just the poisonous ones. Again, this was based on something that's actually in the zoo. The zoo that I originally used as a inspiration for this this place. So we come down this path, and there is our giant tortoise habitat. Now, this is an Aldebaran giant tortoise, not a Galapagos tortoise. But on the other side of the path, we have our lion habitat. And I don't know if any of the lions are out. Are they all asleep? Are they hiding? Did I oh, here we go. There we go. They were just behind the grass. So we do have some lions. And on the other side of the lions, we have a couple of snack bars and some pathing and some decoration. Lots and lots of plants. This is supposed to be an adventure jungle zoo. It was supposed to be themed as a jungle. So this path breaks off in two. You can go either way, but they both lead to the same area. And up here, of course, past all the rocks and the backside of the snack bars, we have mandrills. We have mandrills. one of the largest of the monkey species. And of course we've got bathrooms and education spots. But then you come back here and you go off on this path. And this path takes you into a cave. Whoops, a cave where you can see bonobos. Although not right now. And then you go up the hill, and there they are. There they are, the chimpanzees. And of course, on the other side of the chimpanzees, you got another snack bar. You curl this path around, it goes back into a staff area there. And then right here, you have your orangutans. And this entire area, this entire interconnected area is all about the apes, because here we have gorillas. And, you know, I was going to eventually put in the proboscis monkeys. We've got another cave. And that leads you back around here and to the lemurs. Lemurs are not monkeys, they are not apes, but they are nevertheless primates. They are our cousin primates. You know, just as we are primates, they are primates. And over here, we have our capuchin monkeys. And I'm very proud of this particular exhibit. I like what I did with it. It looks like a monkey playground, and that's what I meant it to be. Just over here, what do we have in this? Is this the giant frogs? Yeah, I think these are the giant frogs. So, let me back up and out for a sec. But as you can see, the ape paths are all self-contained, so the only way in and out are by those two connecting paths that are right over here. It's kind of like a separate ape area. This, of course, is just a big food court right here. But down this path is another area entirely, and it's also themed. And that is, these are the big cats. This is our Bengal tiger habitat. I'm glad of how it came out, but I think I could have done better with the waterfall. That said, it still looks pretty impressive, and it's still pretty cool. And here are the tigers hiding from the noonday sun in their cave. And, you know, you go around from the tigers. You know, you got a couple of snack shops and some drinks shops. And you go back around here, and both sides of this are clouded leopards. And they can pass over the guests. Now, if I had thought about it, I would have made the floor of that tunnel glass. But from there, over here you have cheetahs. This is the cheetah habitat. And cheetahs was a special request by one of my regular subscribers. So I added cheetahs. And then last but not least, over here, in what I think is one of the prettiest of all the habitats I built, we have the jaguars. And I added a lot of other details. You know, I added pathways up, and I added viewing points in unexpected areas, lots of plants and lots of rocks. You know, just because I wanted it to look like, you know, I mean, look at this. Look at the environment that I'm dealing with. Here, hold on a second. This guy's looking around, so let's do this. This is what he's seeing. Wouldn't you want to go to a zoo that looked like this? I would. I would love to go to a zoo that looked like this. You know? I would love to go to this zoo. This zoo looks like a fun place to be. It really does. It looks like a fun place to be. You know, we're coming up on the giant turtle habitat. You can go either left or right here. Look at this place. This place is great. Yeah, I'm just going to ride along with this guy for a little while, because I got to tell you, this was never work. I mean, I put a lot of effort into it. I did. I put a lot of effort into creating this, but it was never work. It was always real fun. And I don't know, you know. I definitely think that this zoo shows some of my evolution as a zoo designer, because I tried to, you know, I tried to make it look as best I could, and I think I succeeded. I think I succeeded. It didn't always go perfectly, but you know what? It's not required to. It isn't. It's just not required to. You know, I made mistakes. I thought one thing would work and it didn't, and I thought, you know, tried another one until I found something that worked. There were a couple of times, I will openly admit, there were a couple of times, especially when I was tired, where I kind of took the lazy route. But at the same time, there were other things that I thought just made a difference with with how I did it. I didn't use a lot of blueprints. I used no blueprints when it came to habitats. I think I used one blueprint for like a shop, maybe a bathroom. But otherwise, otherwise all this is mine. And I got to tell you, I'm not opposed to blueprints. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I figure if I'm going to use blueprints, I want to be the one who designed them. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to the music. When it comes to blueprints, what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to use the ones that I created. And I got to tell you, I spent the last couple of days, I realized that a lot of my climbing frames, just to give you guys an idea, I realized that a lot of the climbing frames I made for the monkeys just didn't work out. They were sucky. They didn't look good. They were, boring. And so I practiced. I pulled up a blank Sandbox zoo, and I just made monkey frames, climbing frames. I just kept making them over and over and over and over and over. I now have over 50 climbing frames, and I saved every one of them as a blueprint. So in the future, I did the same thing with rock formations and plant formations. I did the same thing with shop shells and buildings. I just built things just to practice building them. And I saved them all as blueprints. So in the future, when I use a blueprint, it's going to be a blueprint I made. I'm not going to be using anybody else's blueprints anymore. Only my own. And yeah, I will add things to the workshop. Anyway, the guest I'm writing is about to go away, so I guess this is a good time to end the video. It's a good time as any. So thank you all. Those of you who've been watching from the beginning, thank you very much. I will be uploading the Adventure Jungle Zoo to my workshop. Link in the description. Man, I'm gonna miss working on this. It's like watching one of your babies go off to college, which, by the way, is an experience I've also been through. Thanks for watching, folks. If you liked what I did here, if you liked the zoo, if you really enjoyed what I did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, thank you for watching through this journey of mine. This was amazing and it was fun. See you in the next video, folks. Bye-bye.